In this video, I'm going to be comparing the brand new DJI RSC2 to the old DJI Ronin SC. So this was released in July of 2019, which was just last year, and this was just released October 21st of this year. I'm going to be exploring all the new changes that have been added to the brand new Ronin SC2. If you're interested in finding out all the new changes and all the new addition, then stick around for this video right here. And let's get to it, man. The first thing we're going to compare both of these gimbals on is the weight and payload capability. The old DJI Ronin SC weighs 1.1 kilogram and can hold up to 2.0 kilograms, while the new one weighs 1.2 kilograms and can hold up to 3.0 kilograms. The brand new DJI Ronin SC2 weighs only 0.1 more than the old one, but it can hold up to 1 kilogram more than the old one. So in my opinion, that's a huge upgrade. Another fun new addition is the 1-inch OLED screen. The old DJI Ronin SC did not have any kind of screen, LCD, OLED. It doesn't matter what kind of screen, it never had one. Instead, at that same place, it had 3 indicator lights. Basically those lights will show you whatever modes you're currently in between mode 1, 2, and 3, and that's all that was there. The brand new DJI RSC2 features a built-in front dial ergonomically placed right above the trigger button to control focus and zoom. So that's a whole new addition worth exploring if you're one of those people that like to use the additional focus wheel that you can buy as a separate piece, and it's going to work great with this new built-in front dial. The locks for each of the arms have also been moved, so they're not in exactly the same position. They've been slightly moved around, I guess, for easier access. The knobs used in tightening and loosening each arm when balancing the gimbal, they've also been moved around and they've been changed, so the material's not the same. Looks more silver-like and more round. Before it was more of a flatter, longer design, but now it's more of a circular design that's got a silver finish. On the new DJI RSC2, you can also now adjust the roll arm. Before you couldn't do that on the original DJI Ronin SC, so on the new one you can do that, which makes it so you can balance heavier setups. That's why you can balance heavier setups, it's because now you can adjust along the roll axis, which was a big problem with the original DJI Ronin SC. So I tested both gimbals and shot with both of them, so I kind of just did a basic test so to kind of see how the footage looks, and honestly they're both great at what they do. They're both really good, so the team at DJI have done a wonderful job on both gimbals. So when it comes to the main function of what a gimbal is supposed to do, both gimbals pass in flying colors, except when you start to get to heavier setups with your camera on the gimbal. Then you'd probably want to opt for the DJI RSC2 because it's got a higher payload capacity. You're gonna notice a lot of jitters and a lot of shaking if you do decide to use a heavy setup with the original DJI Ronin SC. I experienced this personally a few times, I'm not even gonna lie. So it's harder to use heavier setup with the original DJI Ronin SC, but with the new one, it's a breeze, man, as long as it's not beyond the payload capacity. When it comes to balancing or mounting, there's a few things that have been added and changed on the new DJI RSC2. You don't need a screwdriver to balance, for example, because there's now these screws which make it easier to just lock it without having to use a screwdriver. It comes with handles you can use to lock the screws, and there's 2 pieces of screws that you can use that comes with the package. To mount your camera on the RSC2, all you have to do is attach the camera riser to your camera. Basically, all you have to do is use the D screw to attach it, and then you attach that camera riser and the camera to the quick release plate, and then you mount it on the gimbal. As soon as it's mounted on the gimbal, you're good to go. But here's the thing, here's what they've added to the new RSC2. Now, when you want to take up the camera off the gimbal, all you have to do is just slide it off the quick release plate. So all you have to do is slide off the camera riser and the camera attached off the quick release plate. Before, you have to take off both the quick release plate and the camera riser to take the camera off the gimbal. So now that step is eliminated, which is awesome. Now you can just take your camera off the gimbal without having to rebalance it right back after. So you just take it off and, I don't know, switch out the battery, use it for something else, and then bring it back, attach the camera riser to the camera, and just slide it back on. It's gonna be where it was because you never took off the quick release plates, which is a neat addition right there. Another change that's come with the new DJI RSC2 is the plate. So the quick release plate and the camera riser are totally different from the way it used to be with the original ones. They're more flexible and they make balancing a breeze. They make it so much easier to balance your cameras on there and take them off and get back to balancing, which makes it awesome. The plug-in port that allows you to control the record off your gimbal has also been moved. It was initially in an inconvenient position, especially when I try to use it with my Canon M50. I could never get that thing to work perfectly without affecting the roll arm from, you know, going all crazy. But now it's been moved from behind to the front alongside two other ports. Now it's in a more accessible position, better position. I'm still trying it out, but right now it seems to be working all right for me. Also, with the RSA and NATO ports, accessories like the twist grip dual handle as well as the focus wheel can be used with the gimbal. The joystick, in my opinion, has been upgraded to something that now works better with the finger. So a regular joystick feels like one of those PlayStation controllers right there, compared to the old DJI Ronin SC, which had more of a pointy joystick, so a long and a pointy one. It was all right. It works, I guess. The new joystick is flatter and feels like, you know, it works better with the human finger. At least that's what I think. Okay, hard shell travel case. The original DJI Ronin SC comes with a travel case, a hard shell travel case, which, to be honest, a lot of gimbals basically come with, but I don't know. For the new DJI RSC2, there's no hard shell case. Nothing to protect your gimbal when you're bringing it with you, you know, on the road or, you know, traveling, flying. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as you're traveling, you need some kind of a casing, and this time they did not include one in the box. At least I didn't see one. I think they might be trying to sell it as a separate piece, but I hope not, and I hope there's a reason why, but I don't see one, so I don't know, man. If you know why, let me know down in the comment section. I would really like to know why there's no hard shell case in that box. Both gimbals are designed to be portable, so I think they both pass this, you know, in flying colors. So the DJI Ronin SC, the original one, basically can be detached, so you can break it up into 3 parts. You can detach the battery, the bottom part, which is just a tripod stand, and just have like a 3-part setup, which you can just toss in the backpack or in the hard shell travel case and bring around. The new DJI RSC2 can be folded up to 7 by 7.5 inches, so that's super small when you fold it, so it's really easy for you to bring it around as well. So that makes it super compact. I just thought there would have been a box with it that you could, you know, toss that in and bring it with you, but it's already portable, so I guess you can also just toss it in your bag. The new foldable design allows you to also switch between 6 brand new configurations, so upright, portrait, flashlight, underslung mode, briefcase, and storage mode. So these are all worth exploring and trying out if you do decide to get the DJI RSC2. Another cool reason why having a foldable design is awesome for the DJI RSC2 is because you can now shoot in underslung mode, which gives you more shooting options. So more gimbal shooting moves. The old one does not have that capability, but you can buy an attachment. This piece is called a small rig hand grip for the DJI Ronin SC. So this will basically give you that ability to shoot in underslung mode, which, to be honest, gives you the same ability as the DJI RSC2, except it's gonna cost you a little bit more. It's called a small rig hand grip for the DJI Ronin SC. So this piece costs about $99 US and 130 Canadian dollars, so depending on where you're at. But the attachment also has a bunch of screw holes around it for, you know, more attachments, as well as a hot shoe mount for, you know, say a monitor if you're going to be using one because you can't see when you're in underslung mode what's, you know, displayed on the camera screen. The mode and the record buttons have been moved from a more horizontal position to a more vertical position, so they were moved from being underneath to being along the side. These 2 buttons still perform the same functions they perform on the original DJI Ronin SC. So the battery charging indicator lights on the original DJI Ronin SC2 appear to be at the bottom of the hand grip. At the bottom of the hand grip, you find 4 battery indicator lights, which show you, you know, the battery level of the gimbal at the time. When you plug in your DJI Ronin SC, it also comes alive, showing you that it's charging. The DJI Ronin SC2 now displays the battery percentage or the battery charging level on the new 1-inch OLED screen. The DJI Ronin SC2 also has quick charge and runs for about 14 hours. So it has a higher runtime than the original RSC. The original RSC only has 11 hours of runtime and does not support quick charge. So quick charge meaning you can charge the gimbal in under 2 hours and have a good amount of charge to be able to do whatever you need to do with it. So that's awesome. I love that. I love that about the new gimbal. The DJI RSC2 also has a new addition, which is called the new tie-in stabilization algorithm, which basically provides smoother footages alongside the advanced super smooth mode, which compensates for micro movements and increases torque, stabilizing even 100mm zoom lenses. So if you have a zoom lens and you struggle with shakes and jitters, then you can use the advanced super smooth mode, which requires an extra piece, I believe, but I don't think it's expensive. You can look into that if you're going to be using your gimbal with a lot of zoom lenses. Another cool new addition to the DJI RSC2 is the Raven Eye image transmission system, which allows you to be able to transmit what's being displayed on the camera onto the phone app. So it also gives you control of the camera parameters from the, DJI Ronin app, which is also super cool in my opinion, but you need to buy an extra piece for this. This piece costs about 159 US dollars and 215 Canadian dollars. So this extra piece is absolutely not necessary for you to, use or utilize this gimbal. But if you want to, do more advanced shooting, then you might as well go ahead and grab this extra piece. I'm going to leave a link in the description to everything that I've talked about in this video, so you can go ahead and grab whatever you're going to grab through those links, or just check prices or check availability. Finally, we're going to talk about prices. The prices of both of these gimbals. The DJI Ronin SC2 costs about $539.99 Canadian dollars, as well as $499 US dollars right now. But the DJI RSC, which is just the original one, costs about $499 Canadian dollars and $329 US dollars. So $329 because it's on a discount right now. So if you're going to grab it and you're in the United States, you can go ahead and grab it right now because there is a discount. There might be more of a discount down the line, but right now there is a discount. There's no discounts in the Canadian Amazon store, so I can't say much about that. That's all I've got for you guys in this one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you enjoy videos like this one and want to see more like it, make sure to check out the video on the screen right now, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. It's Midas, and I am out, y'all.